was a mineral only, but never mind. The lower lift is actually a full official gas base, so if Stork manages to take that and hold it, he's going to be a pretty good position. But that gets spotted by ZerO, so he might actually force a cancel. Not quite sure whether he's at Hive, because if ZerO, he might be thinking of should be thinking of going to Hive, get some cracklings out there. If he can't, he might not afford ultra risks off 3 bases. But he'd still be in a pretty good position. Now Stork here going to take one small battle here. That's ZerO really just throwing some Hydras out there to get killed. He's still trying to engage. Has a lurker alongside, but another storm going to be forced, going to kill a lurker in that position. Stork doing a pretty good job of holding, but ZerO being very, very persistent all in all. Going to go towards the location and kill as long as he can. And Stork actually has held his expansion at the lower left with several zealots that is sent to defend to take care of those zerglings that were in that position, and ZerO is going to be pushed out here from the natural, from the outside natural. ZerO has taken the 11/12 o'clock, let's just call it the 12 o'clock base. I'm not quite sure if he's taken any more, but really should get some gases going. We're going to see whether ZerO is going to move towards the Nexus or not. There is one single zealot defending it. I think he really should go and just completely take care of that. On the opposite side, the 12 o'clock, ZerO's base has been spotted, so this could be just simply a base trade. This Nexus is going to go down. Stork does lose a base. From the opposite side, ZerO also loses a hatchery at the 12 o'clock. So both players still keeping at their 2 bases for Stork, 3 bases for ZerO. And ZerO just not really affording higher tech. He's just getting full upgrades for all of his ground force for his Hydras. Stork has his Zealots. All of his ground forces have weapons 3 at this point. And ZerO's 2 in carapace and 1 in weapons, so in that regard he can survive a little better, and he does kill alright. So in upgrade wise they're pretty much equal, but we're gonna see whether Stork's gonna get those armor upgrades up fairly soon or what. Stork at this point is really bad in mining. His main is mined out, his natural is almost dying, so Stork is desperate for a base. This is where ZerO could really take an advantage if he manages to hold, if he manages to completely annihilate that new base of Stork's and make sure that Stork does not take that base while taking one of his own. I think he really should think of a safer position and not so far away at the 12 o'clock, maybe somewhere closer like at the lower right, if he can spare some forces to take down the temple that I believe is there. ZerO meanwhile is going to spot that base again going up and really should send some force to take care of that. Apparently he's preparing a huge force of Hydras and Lurkers, and he might be thinking not just, we're going to see whether he actually goes for the expansion or just going to send those forces straight at the main, because Stork is definitely going to be sending some forces that to defend that new base that he's going to have. Stork on the opposite side does have quite a few forces ready to defend that though. He has some Zealots, Dragoons, High Templar, Archons, just trying to take high ground, hold high ground, and now actually ZerO is going to come in for the attack. Hydras as well as Lurkers, they're going to burrow down as well as soon as they can. Oh, look at all those storms storming the hell out of everything. All the Lurkers getting hit by storms. All the Hydras getting hit by storms. Red blood everywhere. ZerO instantly being pushed back. Stork was completely ready for the attack. You look at the face of ZerO there. He was not expecting that. He moved in with a large, very large group of forces, ready to take down the forces of Stork, and instantly get pushed back, rammed with a sledgehammer right in the face, and now Stork is in a perfect position. He's managed to take down this new base that's going to give him the minerals that he needs to continue unit production. He's not going to have a huge amount of it, but as long as he can continue, because he took that battle, it didn't lose that many units compared to what ZerO actually lost. ZerO still only on 3 bases, desperately wanting to take another one, but he's still all on such a huge position for Stork now to be in. If he just manages to hold this base, he's going to be in a pretty prime position. Now there are some cracklings. I'm not sure if the cracklings about the Zergers are definitely going to come in. Some pros being pulled up line to defend those cannons, trying to hold this base as well as they can, but Stork is going to move in with forces, so this Nexus is not going to be in any jeopardy. Not really any much damage going to be. Those Zerglings might run into the natural or the main and do some damage there if there are not enough forces in time for Stork, but I'm not sure really if any of that can really happen. Stork's going to be very, very desperate to defend the base. One observer there going down. But Stork is going to be very, very desperate to defend this one base because it's going to be so important to him at this point. Those Zerglings, Hydras, Lurkers, all going to be very, very crucial to him because ZerO also losing a lot of mining. He has 3 bases. They're all still mining, but they're very short of minerals, all of them. So he's not going to be able to keep this unit production up, while Stork's going to take his 3rd gas finally and going to be able to put down the base. ZerO again persisting at the 12 o'clock apparently. putting down another base there. He sees that the most easily defendable position because, mind you, he can move troops towards that position just instantly, but it's still a dangerous position. ZerO apparently thinking of a drop again on the main. He is actually going to go send in a bunch of lurkers. They're going to burrow all over the place. Going to see whether he's actually going to go for the supply or not. He's burying the lurkers all over the place smartly to make sure that the High Templar aren't as effective. He also has some Hydra Skull on side, so he's going to move and engage everything all over the place. Just going to ferry troops all over. Going to take down a lot of those pylons. Some lurkers are going to get stormed, but they're all split up all over the place, so this storm's not going to be too effective. Some Stork hitting some Overwatch there, but now some Zerglings as well, some Hydras being pushed down. I'm not quite sure if this drop is effective. ZerO actually getting caught with some forces outside while he's trying to put in a drop. There are some Hydras and lurkers in that position. Now we're going to see overall whether it happens or not. Stork meeting some Hydras that were apparently being rallied to a drop location, instantly getting killed and stormed, being forced back. And now ZerO desperately is going to get that 12 o'clock spotted again. Stork's going to be able to go in and defend that. Now ZerO's only chance to prevent production is going to go for those gateways. He might actually take several down before he gets prevented, but he's going to have to make this count. He's going to have to take in a lot more than just 2 gateways because Stork has mining. He's going to be able to make a lot of troops, and because ZerO has lost the 12 o'clock base yet again, he has very little mining. And Dark Templar is going to come out, so we're going to see whether they're overlords or not in time. There are some lurkers that are coming in finally. I'll get you whether in time. High Templars there get sniped, so ZerO is still keeping steady inside of Stork's base, trying to do as much damage to production as he can, but losing forces in every other location. So Stork, what he really cares about now is to make sure that he does not lose all of his tech, does not lose his new mining base. He's not caring about the production, obviously, as well as he would, because he's not really sending much into his main to defend. He's thinking more about the forces that he's got running around all over the place. Now finally moving some forces back. And ZerO is overall in such a horrible position economically, again trying desperately to take a base. He's even forced to use the drones to fight that has to use to take down expansion. There we go. Again was trying to take down expansion, but Zealots in location. As soon as trying to take that lower right, which I think honestly he should have aimed for right at the beginning. If he would manage to take down the temple, if there is a temple there. I'm not even sure if there's a temple there. Never mind, there's no temple there, but it's actually very hard to get towards that base. Oopsie. But yeah, it's a base that's, mind you, hard to hold, but at the same time you could put down a somewhat defensive perimeter there. But I just think that the base at 12 o'clock, which it was persisting in taking, had a far too long route. Both bases, mind you, had far too large route to reinforce, but now again going to come in engagement. ZerO instantly going to everything of his stuff stormed. That's going to be it. This is going to be probably the last battle. He has nothing. The force inside of the Stork's main have been killed. There's the last ground force that he has. There's going to apparently a doom drop come here from lurkers. They're going to drop right along some cannons. They're going to take down a lot of probes, mind you. I think one of those lurkers had 10 kills before he got killed, and one lurker with 6 kills, so pretty much most of the probes of Stork's got killed there, so that's very good. Oh no, for ZerO, but still he's not going to be able to hold back the gigantic force here that's going to be, well, not gigantic, but rather large force that could be coming down here for Stork. There's plenty of speed lots, Dragoons, Archons, High Templar, just not going to be able to hold that. He's just try to hold that as long as he can. GG finally coming in from ZerO. He knew that it lost. He had no mining at his bases. He was not going to be able to make any more troops, and he just didn't have the minerals. If he'd used some of his minerals to make forces, he wouldn't have any minerals to make a hatchery. And if you made a hatchery, it would instantly get down because it doesn't have enough forces. So it's basics. So Stork gives Samsung KHAN the lead to O. All in all, wonderful job. Nice to see him playing well, even though he was, I believe, behind at one point. And slightly disappointing for ZerO overall. But if he had kept up the aggression and not lost that one very important battle at the lower 6 o'clock position where it happened, where Stork took the ridge, I believe ZerO might have taken this game. So good play by Stork, good play by ZerO as well, actually. GG guys, ranching out of here.